to finally do my comparison video on Urban Decay's Naked palette and the new Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes palette. So as you can see, this Chi Chi Glamorous Nude palette looks very familiar. It is basically a identical dupe for the Urban Decay Naked palette. So obviously, as I said, this video is going to be a comparison video. I'm going to do some swatches. I'm going to do a little bit of a kind of makeup tutorial with Urban Decay on one side and the Chi Chi on the other side, so you guys can see how the colours look and also how they fare and how they last throughout the day. For those of you makeup addicts here in Australia, or those of you that love the look of the Naked palette, you would know it is quite difficult to get your hands on it. The place that I bought mine from was online at a boutique called Nonpareil Boutique. I will link in the down bar below. And I got this quite a while ago and it was about $80. So it is quite expensive and the shipping did take a little while to arrive. But walking around in Maya the other day, I found this palette. This palette I've known about for a while and it has been out for a while. I think it was part of their Christmas kind of selection thing, gift selection, whatever. But this is the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes and it is $15. So yeah, price difference is quite a lot between the Urban Decay and the Chi Chi. This palette is also available from Target. As I said, I got mine from Maya. Pretty much any store that will sell Chi Chi cosmetics, this palette should be available from. Also, you could look on their website and they may sell it on there as well. So packaging obviously is very, very different. Naked palette comes in this gorgeous kind of velvety case with like a little clasp here that just locks in place like magnets. It also comes with the mirror and each shade is separated by a bit of a gap here, and they obviously, as I said, do name all of their shades. This also came with a mini primer potion and a brush as well. The Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes is basically in this plastic case. It is quite cheap packaging and it didn't come with a primer or anything. It did come with two little makeup sponges which were pretty crappy quality just in here, so I've got rid of those. But the colours actually quite squashed together as opposed to the Naked palette. They don't have that gap in between. Also, they obviously didn't really take as much care with the packaging because, as you can see, this grey shade is a little bit off kilter. I know I'm just finding things to pick on, but you guys wanted it like an in-depth review, so that's what I'm doing. For those of you that would know, the Urban Decay Naked palette is mostly kind of satin and shimmery shades with two matte shades, which is Naked and Buck. The Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes, it is exactly the same, mostly shimmery satin shades with two matte shades, which are these two here. Now the difference obviously is Naked palette name all of their shades, while the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes do not. Okay, so Urban Decay Naked palette, each shadow, it has 12 different shadows. Each shadow is 1.3 grams in size. By reading on the back, it says it is bulk made in the USA, but it's assembled in the Dominican Republic, and also part of it is made in China as well. Now, with the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes, it says on the back it is made in the PRC, which is the People's Republic of China. So it is made in China. Now, Urban Decay, based on what their website says, is a cruelty-free brand. They do say they do not test their finished product on animals. So they actually said nothing about testing their initial kind of samples of their products leading up to their finished product. So it was a little bit vague whether they do or whether they don't. They did say they do not test their finished product on animals, but they are Leaping Bunny registered and PETA registered as well. But I'll let you guys make up your own mind on that. Now, with the Chi Chi Glamorous Nude, it does say that it is only tested on family and friends. It's a little bit of information, I don't want to go too much off topic, but any product that does sell in China, I don't know where the Chi Chi sell in China, but it's made in China. For a product to be sold in China, it must be tested on animals. That is part of their regulation. So just keep an eye out for that, because many makeup brands that have been cruelty free, that wish to sell to China, are now no longer cruelty free because it is mandatory for China to test on animals. So what I'm going to do is do a swatch of the Urban Decay here and then the Chi Chi underneath. Yes. Here are the swatches. And I'm going to insert a photo just so you guys can see a little bit clearer. For me, pretty much all the colours are bang on identical. There's only 2 shades in my opinion that are not the same, which is the Virgin on this palette and this palette, whereas the Virgin on Urban Decay's Naked is pretty much almost invisible on my skin, whereas on the Chi Chi it is more of a kind of chalky, more paler shade. Also, Half Baked on the Urban Decay is this gorgeous bright gold, whereas Half Baked on the Chi Chi has more of a pinky kind of hue to it. All the other colours are pretty much bang on in my opinion. Okay, so now on to the fun part. As I said before, I have done a little bit of a mini tutorial. On my right side I have Urban Decay's Naked palette, and on my left I have the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes. So as you can see, they are very similar. Application for me, they went on very smoothly. I still do feel that the Urban Decay went on a bit easier, more smoothly than what the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes did. The Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes, I felt that I needed to reapply a little bit more just to get that same amount of pigment. That is just my opinion. So it's been a few hours since I did my makeup. They have held up both really well. I do feel that, maybe I'm just biased, but I do feel that the Urban Decay is still a little bit more intense and kind of hasn't got muddled, whereas the Chi Chi has kind of muddled a little bit. I don't know, I just feel that the shimmer and stuff is still a bit more visible on this eye than what it is on this eye. Maybe it's just me, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, both still colours still look good and everything, and if you were just to use this palette, no one would be any of the wiser. So yeah, in my opinion, both absolutely gorgeous palettes. If you cannot get your hands on the Urban Decay Naked, the Chi Chi Glamorous Nudes will definitely suffice, and no one will know the difference. Okay guys, so I hope that you have liked this review and comparison video. If you have any more questions, just let me know in the down bar below. Also, check out my blog post on this, on these 2 palettes. I've got a lot more photos, and yeah, just more of an in-depth kind of review of the palette as well, like pros and cons and stuff like that. So yeah, have a lovely day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!